Friends, welcome to Easy English with Bisakha. Today I want to tell you something important. English looks hard, but it's actually easy. When I started learning English, I was scared. I thought, what if I make mistakes? Or what if people laugh at me? But guess what? Everyone makes mistakes, and that's how we learn. English is not about being perfect, it's about understanding, speaking, and feeling confident step by step. You don't need to learn 1000 grammar rules. Just start with simple words and daily practice. For example, I go to school. I eat breakfast. I like music. That's it. You're already speaking English. So remember, English is easy when you learn with a smile. Subscribe to my channel and let's learn together every week. Today's story is about a boy named John. A boy who was scared of English. A boy who found confidence through friendship. And a boy who discovered that a small step can change an entire life. This is the story of John's voice, John Fear. John was an ordinary university student, but he had one big fear: English. Whenever someone spoke English, his heart started beating fast. His mind went blank. Even simple words felt complicated. He often sat quietly in class, hoping no one would ask him a question. He wanted to speak, but fear held him back. The exchange student arrives. One Monday morning everything changed. A new exchange student entered the classroom. She had a warm smile and bright eyes. Her name was Emily, and she came from abroad. She sat beside John and said, "Hi, I'm Emily, nice to meet you." John wanted to reply, but he couldn't. He just whispered a shy hi, and looked away. But Emily didn't laugh. She didn't judge, she simply smiled. Conversation. From that day on, Emily greeted him every morning. "Good morning, John. Did you have breakfast? How was your day?" Sometimes he said, nothing. Sometimes he said only 1 or 2 words. But Emily kept talking. Slowly, kindly, patiently. Day by day, John started understanding more. Her words became comforting. Without realizing, John and Emily became friends. And without knowing, John was learning Emily's advice. One evening after class, Emily said something that changed everything. "John, English is not about perfection, it's about trying. Just say one new word every day. That's how learning begins." Those words touched his heart. That night John stood in front of his mirror and practiced small sentences. "I am John. That is my book. I like music." He wasn't fluent, but he was improving. The speech contest. A month later, the university announced an English speech contest. Students were excited. Teachers encouraged everyone to participate. But John felt scared. Emily saw the poster and said, "John, you should try, I know you can do it." John shook his head. "No. I can't. I'll make mistakes." Emily looked into his eyes and said gently, "I believe in you. Just try." Her confidence gave him courage. That night, John prepared a simple speech. He practiced again and again. He still felt nervous. But for the first time, he also felt hopeful. Contest day. The hall was full, students were talking, the stage lights were bright, and judges were ready. John sat backstage with trembling hands when his name was called. His feet felt heavy, but he walked to the stage. For a moment. Silence. His mind was empty. Then he saw Emily in the audience. She smiled. She gave him a thumbs up. And suddenly, John found his voice. John took a breath and said, "Good afternoon, everyone." Just 2 words. But they felt like a victory. He continued. "When I came to university, English scared me, it looked too difficult. I felt I could never speak it." He paused, looked around and spoke again. "But then, I learned something important. English isn't a mountain. It is a path, you walk it. One small step at a time." John smiled slightly. "I started with small words. Small sentences. Slowly. English became easier. Anyone can learn it. Even someone like me." He ended softly, "Thank you." Ending. The room exploded with applause. Emily stood up, clapping proudly. John walked off the stage, heart full of relief and joy. "You did it," Emily said. John smiled and replied confidently, "Thank you for believing in me." And from that day forward, English was no longer a fear. It became his strength. John discovered his voice. And a friend who helped him find it. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs confidence today. Remember, small steps create big changes. Thanks for watching till the end. Tell me in comments what English word or sentence you learned today. See you next video on Easy English with Bisakha, where learning never stops.